Luqas, Luke chapter 4. And Yeshua, being filled with the set apart Spirit, returned from the Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being tried for 40 days by the devil. And in those days he did not eat at all, and afterward, when they had ended, he was hungry. And the devil said to him, If you are the Son of Elohim, command this stone to become bread. But Yeshua answered him, saying, It has been written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of Elohim. And the devil, taking him up high on a mountain, showed him all the reigns of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said to him, All this authority I shall give you in their esteem, for it has been delivered to me, and I give it to whomever I wish. If then you worship before me, all shall be yours. And Yeshua answering him said, Get behind me, Satan, for it has been written, You shall worship Yah your Elohim, and him only you shall serve. And he brought him to Jerusalem, set him on the edge of the set-apart place, and said to him, If you are the Son of Elohim, throw yourself down from here, for it has been written, He shall command his messengers concerning you to guard over you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And Yeshua answering said to him, It has been said, You shall not try Yah your Elohim. And when the devil had ended every trial, he went away from him until a convenient time. And Yeshua returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee, and news of him went out through all the surrounding country. And he was teaching in their congregations, being praised by all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And according to his practice, he went into the congregation on the Sabbath day and stood up to read. And the scroll of the prophet Yeshayahu was handed to him. And having unrolled the scroll, he found the place where it was written, The Spirit of Yah is upon me, because he has anointed me to bring the good news to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim release to the captives, and recovery of sight to the blind, to send away crushed ones with a release, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yah. And having rolled up the scroll, he gave it back to the attendant and sat down. And the eyes of all in the congregation were fixed upon him. And he began to say to them, Today this scripture has been filled in your hearing. And all were bearing witness to him, and marveled at the pleasant words that came out of his mouth. And they said, Is this not the son of Yosef? And he said to them, No doubt you shall say this proverb to me, Physician, heal yourself. Whatever we have heard being done in Nahum, do also here in your country. And he said, Truly I say to you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. But truly I say to you, many widows were in Israel in the days of Eliyahu, when the heaven was shut up for 3 years and 6 months, and there was a great scarcity of food in all the land. And Eliyahu was sent to none of them, but to Zarephath of Sidon, to a woman, a widow. And many lepers were in Israel at the time of Elisha the prophet, and none of them was cleansed except Naaman the Aramean. And all those in the congregation, when they heard this, were filled with wrath. And rising up, they drove him out of the city, and brought him to the brow of the hill on which their city was built, in order to throw him down. But he, passing through the midst of them, went away. And he came down to Nahum, a city of Galilee, and was teaching them on the Sabbaths. And they were astonished at his teaching, for his word was with authority. And in the congregation was a man having a spirit of an unclean demon. And he cried out with a loud voice, saying, Ha! What have we to do with you, Yeshua of Nazareth? Did you come to destroy us? I know you, who you are, the set-apart one of Elohim. And Yeshua rebuked him, saying, Be silenced, and come out of him. And when the demon had thrown him in their midst, it came out of him without hurting him. And astonishment came on all, and they spoke to each other, saying, What is this word, that with authority and power he commands the unclean spirits, and they come out? And the report about him went out into every place of the neighborhood. And rising up from the congregation, he went into the house of Shimon. But the mother-in-law of Shimon was sick with a severe inflammation, and they asked him concerning her. And standing over her, he rebuked the inflammation, and it left her, and instantly rising up, she served them. And when the sun was setting, all who had any who were sick with various diseases brought them to him, and he laid his hands on each one of them and healed them. And also demons were coming out of many, crying out and saying, "You are the Messiah, the Son of Elohim." And rebuking them, he did not allow them to speak, for they knew that he was the Messiah. And when day came, he went out and proceeded to a lonely place. But the crowds were seeking him and came to him and tried to keep him from leaving them. And he said to them, "To the other cities I also have to bring the good news, the reign of Elohim, because for this I have been sent." And he was proclaiming in the congregations of Galilee.